Any luck?
What?
Any luck?
I'm the fucking master.
Okay.
I had to drive almost to Niles to get them.
Oh my goodness.
But I was not coming home without them.
I don't think anybody got eggnog. Oh!
Marie got those.
Oh, those are so cute. There's nobody in my Christmas stream.
Huh?
There's nobody in my Christmas stream. There's nobody in my Christmas stream.
Well, they're probably all with their families.
Yeah, it's just early for us yet. It only takes me an hour or two to do a painting, and I had to do a poinsettia while I'm on the flowers. And I think I'm going to have to do a mistletoe, too.
I was a man on a mission.
And you accomplished it.
Man, it's not good. My back, I feel it kind of tweaking today.
Trying to go out?
I don't know. Kind of feeling a little weird. I hope not.
Justin, did you wrap your Secret Santa? Justin?
Figure out shit.
I haven't seen you wrap your Secret Santa.
You asked me that while I was carrying one in my hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you were getting the scissors and tape, waiting till the last minute.
Well, what's the point in doing
All the
that?
presents are already at his house.
Good for those fucking presents. I can sit there and wait. Huh? What they get for being home.
Look at that. Stunning. I'm liking the sand.
You know, you can buy other things.
Like glitter.
Glitter, coconut husk.
Would that be like little stringy pieces?
Yeah, hair. It's a little more hard and coarse than hair or thread, so it might
Be thick.
stay better. Well, it might hold on better.
Better than thread.
Maybe. You could do all kinds of stuff. But I've just happened to be at Hobby Lobby and thought sand would be, you know.
Those ones actually get the hits on shorts. Shorts. Those are the most viewed. Is painting with sand, painting with thread.
Well, I thought about the sand.
Look at that.
Oh, jeez Louise. So I'm gonna have to put some chili in like one of my big stainless steel pots to take over there. And then she's gonna have to put it in the crock pot. Call Brandon.
You need me to mute or anything?
Hey. So hopefully the crock pot's clean. This old one. Okay, well, because I'm going to have to put chili in a stainless steel pan to bring it over, dude. I can't bring this entire thing over. It's just way too heavy. And it's full to the brim. Just tell her that she'll need to have her crock pot out so we can put some in the crock pot to keep it hot. Yeah. Hey, so last time I made chili, I thought you guys came over and got some to take to her mom. Did it never make it to her mom? Abby ate it instead. I think Abby ate it instead because her mom posted on my Facebook a picture of the chili. She goes, I've heard a lot about your chili, can't wait to try it. So I'm guessing Abby ate it and it didn't make it to her mom's house. Yeah, so I was just curious when I saw the post. I was like, I could have swore Abby took some for her mom. But yeah, that's all right. I won't tell her mom that Abby ate it before it got to her, but so the whole Silas thing apparently went really well with Santa Claus. Yeah, so I went by Barbie's house and I told Barbie to pull it off her surveillance video that Santa Claus came past her house too. And I took a few pictures off my camera so that everybody could go, oh yeah, Santa was everywhere last night. But yeah, she said they both ran to bed or something and blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, I snuck up by their windows and left footprints at both their bedroom windows. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah. And guess who forgot the mini marshmallows for the green stuff? Me and Alan were out at 2 o'clock in the morning going to all the gas stations and shit that were open. Nobody had any. They had big ones. So I was like, well, I'm not going to have a choice. So I bought a bag of big ones and came home and attempted to cut them into smaller pieces with scissors. That doesn't work real good. They're very sticky. So I had to drive to Niles to the Walgreens this morning. Was the only place that had frickin' mini marshmallows. Yeah, literally. So, yeah, I just got home, actually. So, but anyway, all right, well, we'll be there sometime right around 4, Barbie said. Well, I don't want him opening that stuff when I'm not there.
I always forget leaves, the angle. I'm sitting here flipping this around and doing leaves, and I'm like, I keep doing it the wrong angle. I point him down instead of up.
Yeah.
I cannot get that straight in my
Yeah,
mind.
don't let him open any of the big stuff until I'm there. I mean, shit. I want to see him open them and get some pictures.
Yeah, that's the fun of Christmas.
So,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, you can let him open some little stuff or, like you said, go through his stockings, but, yeah, if you don't want us coming till 4, don't let him open that stuff till we get there. Oh. Yeah. So, Barbie and Chris, what, are going to his parents or something? All right, well, whatever, it is what it is. I mean, I don't want to not include her either, but... Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully, maybe they'll get out of that place a little early, I mean, shit, so... Right. Right. All right. Well, we may come a little earlier, but like I said, I mean, has Barbie even brought her stuff? Has Barbie even brought her stuff yet? Because Justin's got to bring his too. So. All right, bye.
Barbie's not coming?
Huh?
Barbie's not coming?
No, that's why it's at 4 o'clock, because Barbie and them can't come because they're going to Chris's parents or something.
I already planned on 4, so 4 it is.
3 it is.
Oh, now you tell me after I started at painting.
Well, you still got 3.5 hours, so. Anyway, yeah, Brandon said he was supposed to get Silas at noon, and he told Kelly not to bring Silas till 2 because he goes, it's not going to be fair for Silas to have to sit here for 4 hours staring at the presents and not being able to open any. And at first Brandon's like, well, Silas is going to want to open stuff when he gets here, so, he might open a couple of the big things from Santa.
What?
I said, no. I don't want him opening the piano and the lightsaber and the big crap if I'm not even there to see his reaction, Well, then maybe we'll let him open his stocking stuffers or something, I'm like, yeah, why would you fucking do that? Gonna let him open that stuff when Abby's parents are there, but not when I'm there.
Oh, they're there already?
No, they're getting there about 3.
Oh.
Dad, you know, is the gas station open?
What's that?
Is the gas station open?
Oh yeah, the gas station's open, but if you're looking for mini marshmallows, they don't have none. Yeah, Speedway's open. 7-Eleven's open.
This is my favorite brush.
I just went on a fucking mission because I forgot mini marshmallows for the green stuff. So me and Alan were out at 2 a.m. hitting all the gas stations last night, Justin, or this morning at 2 o'clock. Nobody had mini marshmallows, so I bought a bag of regular ones. I'm like, just in case. And I tried to cut them with scissors. That don't work well. So I had to drive to Niles. The only place I could find that had mini marshmallows was a Walgreens in Niles. You better make sure your car will even start.
He's probably going to ride with us, I'm guessing.
There's not room in my car for everybody.
Oh, that's not good, Dad.
Jesus, for the 100th time. Every time we go somewhere, I tell you that. I have one seat in the back and one seat in the front. Because all my tools and shit are in there. Oh yeah, my back is not feeling real healthy right now. Oh, not at all. I'm not very happy with it. So Merry Christmas, everybody. This here is a man on a mission. I forgot to get mini marshmallows when I did the grocery shopping. And it is one of the main ingredients for something that is someone's favorite. So I was out at 2 a.m.
Whose
hitting up all the
favorite?
gas stations, all the little mini marts that were open, looking for
Really?
Yeah, he insisted I make green stuff for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
I didn't know that.
So here it is Christmas morning. It's about 10:45, and I am a man on a mission. I have to find some mini marshmallows, and I won't stop until I do.
That's right.
So again, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys.
That's right.
I guess I should do a follow-up and flash my bag of mini marshmallows. Yeah, hopefully this car will start. It's a little warmer out today, but if not, throw some jumpers on it, I guess. Yeah, it's amazing how many people were in the chats and stuff. Saying they miss our streams last night.
Yeah, it's a good hangout. We stream
Stop it.
Say Go ahead, sing.
Denise, stop it. Oh,
Yeah, I
so
can wear this as my compound chain.
most of them hadn't heard the Denise Christmas special.
Oh no! So you played it.
We played it on
Oh, no.
Sugar Taco Stream. It was so funny. Everybody in the chat was rolling. There was like 20 some people in there. And it was so funny that they played it again at the end of her stream. Everybody was begging. So,
Oh, Justin went ham again.
oh my God, hurting.
I know a few, but a lot less than I usually know. We usually know who got who and who got who what. But the Secret Santa isn't very secret around our house.
Well, that's
Alan is like a little kid.
Alan.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Usually blows that theory. Oh my God.
My God, too.
Yeah, well, is your back hurting too?
No, thank goodness.
Mine sure is. It's not pretty. Let's see if it starts.
Oh, started right up.
I'm impressed.
Swifty nifty, but he's got to brush all that snow off of it. So I'm taking you're going to have Alan ride with him.
Alan can ride with us or him. It
Okay, so
doesn't
we're
matter.
doing 3 of So you have 1 seat in the back, but not 2, is what you're
Right.
Oh.
I said it 5 times.
Permanently.
already, didn't I?
We need to get your truck fixed.
So I stopped over at Marvita's because she said to stop there because she had something for the baby, which was the little
They're
booties.
so cute.
And so I stopped over there and she told me to go find a snowblower and buy it.
Oh, for Billy.
For me.
What?
Because Billy ain't gonna know how to run it. So she's like, look,
Oh, that makes sense.
I know you don't like shoveling any more than Billy does. She said, go find a snowblower. So we got a snowblower
Oh,
for
a mutual snow blower.
the rest of the winter.
That's nice. Except you have to, so you gotta do hers too, I'm assuming?
Well, yeah, but fuck, that means I just walk from my end
Right.
to her end and back. You know, who cares? I used to do hers anyway, so what difference does that make?
Right.
But yeah. So. So yeah, she basically said, go find one and buy one. And then her kids are coming over for Christmas, even though she don't really get along with them. And she's like, well, Tim called the other day, and again, he was badgering me about having my affairs in order. And he said he was going to have somebody write a will up. And I told him I already had all that taken care of, but he don't seem to want to understand that, she said. And I'm like, what? Shut up.
You fucking with Moses or the cat or both? You don't ever play fight with us. You don't never want to fool around with us. Just kiss and cuddle and hug and love. Moses is all about the love.
That's my finger. That's my finger. I'll fuck you up.
So, would you like to hear the stream from last night?
And anybody that's
Where I was on?
adult age,
That's fine.
Huh?
If it's okay for me to restream it. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't care.
would. Maybe they do say stuff and she just doesn't listen. I don't know. Oh, he's just what a treat. Hey, wow, listen to that house. How you doing?
What's going on, man?
You got
Sorry about the background noise. Everybody's here for family game night late on Christmas Eve, so
I'm
But-
loving it. I'm loving it. Great.
figured I would pop up and say hello. I was in the chat, and we haven't been live. I've been kind of taking a break for the Christmas holiday, and I'm seeing all the drama unfolding in the background, obviously. But so
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. I have to ask you a question because it just came to my mind.
Mhm.
That last live you did with the Fango on there,
Yeah.
I noticed that the stat left a comment, and you said, "Why don't we jump up?"
Right.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that open concept.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to come up and talk, he's welcome to. And I mean, I try to stay out of the feuds between all those people. I know they have issues with each other, but you know, people need to realize that unfortunately everybody does have things to add to the conversations. And you know, although they're feuding, doesn't mean that everything Lestat says is wrong, nor everything Defendo says is wrong that, you know, Lestat claims is wrong. Both of them have some good points. They just, they view things and take things differently, you know. So their perspectives on certain things are a little different, to be honest. So,
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I try not to get too. When we look at it, I try to be objective, and I try to just look at what actually happened because it affected all of us. Really, I mean, if it was related to Q, is Thomas related to Q? Because Q has affected all of us, and then when he really got that clip though of what you were saying and what Pavana was going through, I was like, wow. That is wild stuff
Well,
right there.
So they struck my channel down, my original channel, and I started another channel. And, Chris Jones is actually the one who struck my channel down. Ewan Ritchie, whatever he goes by now, I don't know. But he put one strike that was actually put in by himself. He put another strike in that was supposedly from Freedom Publishing turned in, which is him as well. And then he struck it again to get it taken down. And they just didn't want the true facts out there. I mean, I try to put everything out there with, as they call them, receipts with evidence. And they were getting a little pissed because the evidence was getting a little too hot against them. And so they took the channel down. But the channel will be back and all the content will still be there. And so in the meantime, I just started posting those emails again, which is what really pissed them off. And they went off again. Thomas tried to strike the channel twice in a row one day and claimed to YouTube that the emails I was posting were hacked and manipulated. And I basically sent some proof to YouTube that they were not hacked emails and they were not manipulated. They came directly from Pavana's email account that Thomas had her set up back in the day when they were, leading her down these rabbit holes. And I proved that to YouTube, so YouTube basically denied both of his complaints and left everything up. And those emails will continue. I'm trying to put them out there in the order that she received them. Up until her breakdown and even after her breakdown, because they were, even after she had the breakdown, they were still coming at her, trying to drag her down that rabbit hole further and keep her turned against me and keep her turned against other people online. And that's all proven in the emails. I mean, the evidence as I put them out there.
But see, and I don't follow them as much. And Lestat made a comment in the chat the other night, which I'll let him bring up because it was I guess you could call it an allegation because I don't know, but yeah, it was along those lines that somebody, I'll just say that he said he knows for a fact that somebody is still messing with Pavana. So
yeah.
Oh, really?
Trying to, there's no doubt. I mean, she gets weird.
Well, I wonder if it's something we don't know.
You saw it. I thought you messaged Lestat about it or something. He got booted, and the whole Terry Joyce thing happened. When she blocked all them.
I mean, I got trolled in a stream the other day.
On my show. That was totally unscripted, unexpected. I didn't expect to see her there, number one. But she popped up in the chat, and so I invited her on the panel to talk. And I mean, it was all, just free for all. It wasn't planned. I never planned on her being there. And that really pissed them off and upset them. Mm-hmm. And then they started attacking her, and they tried to make everybody believe that she came into my stream as some kind of an op, and that, she fed them a bunch of evidence that they were now going to use to hang me in court and this and that. Terry has now came out and said, hey, they're full of shit, And so, yeah, they don't even know where to turn anymore. Thomas has now put all his Twitter on private again, and they've been kind of
does it all the time when shit
they don't like getting busted.
Hot.
So
that is just so weird to me because I don't know what the end game is. What is there to win? Is it money? What is it?
I mean, the only person that can tell us that is the people that are doing this shit. And are they ever going to admit to what they were doing, why they were doing it? Probably never. Thomas, we know that, he is one that it's been proven. It's been proven through courts of law. It's been proven through numerous receipts of emails and other things that Thomas is very well known for frauding people as a whole lot of money.
Especially women.
Women.
Yeah.
He targets women more than anything. And like I said, the proof is out there in court documents and everything. So, all in all, Thomas has duped people, mostly women, out of well over $500,000 that I can prove on paper through court records, not just tweets. I'm talking court documents. And he's been sued, he's been found guilty, he's supposed to be paying these people back. So my opinion is, maybe it was about money. Other people are saying, no, dude, they do this for a game. They want to see if they can push people to suicide. If that's true, that's even sicker yet. But I mean, I don't want to believe that that's their goal, is to get people to kill themselves. But it's one of the two. I mean, and he never came at Pavana for money, but maybe I stopped it too early for him to be able to do that. Because the first thing the guy ever asked her via emails was, what do you do for a living? What does your husband do for a living? And she was so wrapped into their crap that, she divulged, I owned a business. She divulged that I owned properties. And so Thomas very well could have saw money signs and, either was going to try to dupe her out of it and possibly, try to set up a, legal suit, which is what he claims he's going to sue me now. And I begged him to sue me. I'd love to see the guy in court. But yeah, maybe try to set up some kind of a legal battle and, claim that, I'd have to owe him damages, but that's laughable. The guy had never make it through a court hearing, that's for damn sure. But,
Yeah, it's something like that or whatever too, because I noticed that they're all into this property stuff and looking up property records and
oh yeah.
really weird. Like, I mean, really weird. I mean, why? Well, because they're criminals, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but
Well, yeah, I mean, you can find a lot out about people just through public record searches, if you know where to look. And, I mean, so yeah, once they find out that you own some property, you might have a little bit of, clout out there, a little bit of cash floating around. I mean, Denise kept going, sue me, and then one day she came up with this harebrained shit. Well, you can go take a mortgage out on one of your properties if you need to sue me. And so I literally walked into another room and grabbed 10 grand in cash and flashed it in front of the camera. And I said, Denise, I don't need to take a mortgage out to sue your ass. But it's worthless to sue them because, what are you going to do? A judge isn't going to throw their old crippled asses in jail, And so what good would it do to sue them? They're not going to abide by any court orders. And a judge, to get an injunction to keep someone off the internet, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, is probably one of the most difficult things to do. Next to a RICO.
okay. And
Yeah.
that's what we're dealing with here. A person who had an order of protection placed against them from somebody who lived states away.
Right.
You know how hard that is. Two
Right.
judges. So, go back to the situation with them. You're right. There is no, but you can sell a book. Hey, make money off it. I've been
Right.
writing for years.
Right.
I would do whatever. I wouldn't talk about it, but I mean, I mentioned my blog and look how crazy they're all going. Oh yeah, they got to cover themselves. Everybody has seen it.
Yeah.
So,
A protective order is difficult to get from state to state, but not real impossible. I mean that's pretty simple if you've got evidence.
against somebody that you never had a relationship with. Come on.
No,
Get some internet stuff.
if you can prove that there is in fact stalking, not simple harassment, but
A
stalking,
threat of bodily harm.
a threat of death or bodily harm, it's pretty simple to get a protective order.
And
But,
that they cross state lines and that they're capable of traveling.
yeah, but those honestly, I mean, everybody on here should know that those aren't almost aren't worth the paper they're written on, because unless that person comes and does something to you, you know, the police aren't really going to do anything about it, you know, even though there's a
Right.
protective order. But
Well, that's what, yeah.
they,
That's what
they,
happened.
they keep talking about federal cases and RICO cases. A RICO case, I can tell you from experience, is one of the toughest cases to put together. And once it goes into the courthouse, for a judge to read it and accept it in as a case is very, very difficult to have done. I filed a RICO suit against my city in 2010. And we filed pro se. We didn't even have an attorney at the time. Pavana and I filed ourselves. We did get into the courts, and we were in litigation for 5 years. And it cost a shit ton of money. And in the end, some people lost their jobs. Nobody ended up getting prosecuted like I felt they should have. There were federal grand juries convened, at least 3 that I'm aware of. Nobody ended up getting indicted because our community is very corrupt here. And but the people that were involved lost their positions, their government positions, and to me that was a win in itself, you know, because it got the crooked people out of their positions here. So, but it's one of the hardest cases to get in front of a judge and get accepted into the courts. And then once you get into a trial, if you make it that far, it's a very tough one to put together. So all this hype that Thomas and all these people keep talking about federal court and RICO violations and all that bullshit.
Yeah, they tried to pull that on me too, and when I called my police department, because I just wanted to let them know the situation and like not to be swatting me and stuff, because it's a small town. And anyway, they came out, we talked, and they were like, no, and they were like, this usually happens with like kids and gamers and stuff. But anyway, they told me, like, I just gave them a quick rundown, and they said, Colleen, get yourself down there, because I live in the county seat. The district attorney is like 2 blocks from my house. So and I just didn't because I don't know. These people are crazy. I don't, why can't they go away? I don't know. Maybe I have to. I don't know.
Yeah. So
They keep saying they're going to do it to me. So what if, look, if it's an order of protection or something, this is what I told Brenda when all that started happening. Just don't go. Let it go. Let it happen. And guess what? They have to stop. That's what gets to me. They don't understand that they have to stop. They don't get that.
So Skilly in the chat says they're pretty easy to get depending on the state. And yes, you can't keep someone off the internet. But he says once you have that, Skilly said once you have it and use it to keep reporting someone, it's the best chance you have for results. Yeah, but I mean, how many times are you going to have to report them to get results, and what is that end result going to be? That's the question. I've not seen anybody in our group for all the little stuff that's going on here, um, you know, jailed or thrown in prison. You know, if you're talking to somebody who's a big federal agent or whatever, you know, that's great. But yeah, Skilly, you can take it as a criminal charge. I mean, if I wanted to sue these idiots, I could sue them in criminal court right now for defamation and stalking. I mean, they sent Adult Protective Services knocking at my door. They made false reports to Adult Protective Services. They also made false reports to Child Protective Services. And from what I understand, they made false reports to the police departments too. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, what is going to happen to them? What is your end result going to be at the end of this? Because, like I said, a lot of times, you know, these prisons are releasing people that are elderly because they're ill, they've got cancer, you know, and they're cutting them loose. So are they actually going to put anybody in jail or in prison? You know, they can tell them not to speak about somebody, But, you know, look at Schoenberger, for instance. He's not supposed to talk about Beth, but he still talks about her. He just refers to her as his crazy ex, and then his friends blurt her name out, and he just carries it on and pushes it. So it's, you know, it's still him talking about her and stalking her, even though he's not supposed to. But, you know, they don't care about them court orders, you know. So, but yeah, I get building a case and a file over time. Obviously, I have a huge file, and I mean, if any of these idiots want to attempt to take me to court, they all have my address, by the way, in case y'all are wondering. It's 210 Cole Avenue, Michigan.
Holy shit, I just doxed
Oh,
myself.
no.
6544. It's been posted all over the place.
You took
By
Angela's
Elon
lead.
and everybody else. And you know, I'm public. I tell everybody I don't hide from anybody. So you know, if you want to send your court papers here, or have your lawyer send me a letter or whatever, hey, feel free. You got my address now. Send that shit, because to this day I haven't received anything, even though I've been threatened a lot. I haven't received even a phone call from an investigator. And you know, when I filed my reports with the police, I showed my reports. When I filed my FBI cybercrimes report on Thomas, I showed my report. So, I mean, I filed, no question about it. And I'm just continuing to build my case file against the fools. If they ever want to come at me, they're more than welcome to. I'd love to bump heads with any of these idiots in a court of law. It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I can't really talk about, but they kind of have an idea, but I don't really say. But let me just say that, I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of. I guess I learned a certain thing from my husband that I don't. Um, until it materializes or whatever, I really don't give a fuck. I don't, because um, until it happens, then we'll see. But I'm telling you, it won't go well. It just won't, because it's built on lies. Come on, man. I mean, they don't even realize, do they? I don't even know, because
well, Thomas sent emails to my wife this year.
yeah, your situation is totally different. Your stuff is wild. It's
The beginning of this year, Thomas sent emails to my wife. The first set of emails he sent to her were telling her that the police were coming to take me away, and she better just stand back and let them do their job, you know, blah, blah, blah. Basically trying to scare the shit out of her. So I shared his emails, obviously, publicly, and I called him out and I told him it was a crock of shit and to leave Pavana alone and quit trying to trigger her. So then he sent her more emails, again, him and Ewan Ritchie both, saying that, oh yeah, the police are coming, you know, they won't bother you, Pavana, they're just coming to get Jesse. Jesse's not going to like it when he gets cuffed and taken for a mental evaluation, and he's going to be put in prison, yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what? Man, it's been a year. I'm still waiting for somebody to knock on my door and cuff me. You know, I mean, shit. Come on, guys. It's crazy, you know. So I've told everybody, you know, and until they come knocking at my door, I'm not. I'm calling bullshit on all of it, you know, on every one of them.
well.
And
The
you
thing
know,
is, if you wasted any other minute even worrying about it, I don't even worry about. I'm like, you know what? When it happens, yeah. But
right?
until then, I'm not gonna bother. I'm not gonna bother my family and my friends. But believe me, if I have to, it's not gonna end well. But until then, fuck that, man. I listen. You know, I laugh at a lot of things. Because come on, even look with Thomas. I mean, he's a grown man, and when I read those things about who he's related to and what he's done, like in the Daily Beast report and everything, and then I
Right.
see him driving that cart around in Walmart, or like even his little icons that he uses, I can't. I'm like, how is this even real?
Right, right. Yeah, like I said, and I tell everybody, you know, just don't even worry about the shit. 99.9% of what comes out of these trolls' mouths is a joke. you know, and I'll be honest, half of them would probably fold under pressure in a court of law to begin with, and in all the cases that I'm aware of and the people that I'm aware of that are threatening to sue so and so and all, if the people that are threatening to sue walked into a courtroom and filed a countersuit and came in with the proof of what the hell's been going on, these people will be the ones that end up getting their ass handed to them in a court of law. Period. I mean, that's a fact. You can go in with your manipulated shit, which is what they try to do. They fake emails, they change names, they talk to each other under their own sock accounts, and they try to claim that that's evidence. You know, that's evidence that you people are a gang that are literally stalking people. I mean, no question, they call everybody else a gang, but they've proven, I mean, they tag themselves in every one of their hateful, stalking tweets against somebody. They're the only ones that like their tweets. They're the only ones that retweet them. And it's a group of probably, I think it's less than a dozen, first of all. I think it's about 7 or 8 people. And at least in our case, you know. And so, yeah, you know, unless somebody comes knocking at my door with a set of handcuffs, I'm not even worried about it. I do my daily thing. That's why I have them live. You know, I got my own shit going on. I run a business. I DJ on the weekends. You know, we got a lot of family time all the time. You can hear them in the background at the dining room table. That's my children and adult children. And we get together every weekend. They have their family game night, you know. So I don't let these fuckers bother me, you know. I know Angela was very upset earlier. Sound like
Yeah.
sound like she started to cry at one point in her stream.
Yep.
And I talked to somebody else last week that was also very distraught and upset over some of the shit online. And I try to tell all of them, you know, don't let them get you to that point because that's what they want, and they win. If they can break you down to where you're, you know, that upset over something that you break down and you cry over it, they're happy. That makes them happy. They win, you know.
They do.
And
They do.
yeah, you know, I mean, the whole Terry Joyce thing. Now they're, you know, claiming Terry's in cahoots with us. Terry's still got me and Pavana and most people blocked. She does not even speak to me. I see her tweets, and I've shared some of them. Not, she was totally unaware that I shared any of them. She didn't know what I was saying about them, but she learned very quickly what these people are about. She did some kind of a podcast or something on like Rumble the other day, where she talked about Thomas Schoenberger, and I'll tell you what,
Schonenberger.
it was dead on. She learned very
Schonenberger.
quick what it was all about, and she talked about how they were gaslighting her, how they tried to use her. She said in that podcast, flat out, Thomas Schoenberger sent her emails wanting her to attack me. You know, that, I mean, that's just more evidence against the idiot.
So
you
he
know?
does do it because he denied to me. He's like, I've asked Tamara to stop, but she doesn't work for me or whatever. Yeah, he's just, yeah, whatever, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, right.
Whatever,
Ne-
man.
Neither does Denise Natal.
Oh, I know. I
Did,
know.
did y'all hear her singing her Christmas song to you guys the other day?
No.
Oh, she sang, "Oh Come You Merry Gentlemen" or something the other day on Twitter Live.
Who,
Yeah.
Denise?
Oh yeah, it was great. You guys didn't get to see it?
No.
Oh shit. Oh man. All right.
I'm
So,
very gentleman.
okay, so you go ahead and carry on for a minute. Let me just see if I can find that for you.
Yeah, go ahead, and hopefully my computer will play it, and I'll try to close any tab and.
I think it'll be quite entertaining for people, and it'll make your Christmas for you.
Yeah, it'll be a Christmas spectacular with
That's
Denise
right.
singing.
That's
Download
right.
my bowl. Do it. Go
Let me
find
find
it.
here.
I was gonna get drunk with y'all, but it makes me sick. It makes me literally sick. I gotta stop. Oh,
Oh, shit.
you gonna share a file or are you just gonna play it?
I'm gonna grab the file. If
I
can.
gotta see, yeah, I gotta see her face.
If the file won't share, then I'll try to share a screen. But I'm gonna try to share the file itself.
Yeah, Angela, I heard that. That's when I decided I wasn't even gonna go live. I thought, well, I'm already sick. Maybe I'll get drunk sick and then go pass out. But no, I knew that would make me even bodily sick. So anyway, I went over there and I heard what they were saying and laughing again about somebody having a breakdown or whatever, or like crying. And I know fierce women that cry. I cry a lot. Those people that know me offline, I cry a lot. And yeah, no. That's another thing. You know, you remember who was that was Speaker of the House? Damn, remember he cried a lot, but he was different. I did kind of laugh at him crying. That's sad, but really it hit me in the heart. I forgot who was that? They called Mitch. Crying, was it Crying Mitch? No, it wasn't. Anyways, I'm rambling again, and I am stoned. But anyway, that was me, and they all show themselves like that's the whole thing. Like
Who's that
you think
talking?
like you want to scream and let
Taco?
the world know, but
Sugar
believe
taco.
me, the people who count, the people who care, are watching and
Right.
just disgusted that you don't even know they're not in the comments, but they see it. They see it.
Yeah. Well, so the reason they keep threatening police coming to my house, and I don't know how many of you saw the video where Pavana kind of told her story a little bit, and she shared some video clips of during her breakdown. I believe in that stream, which was on my original channel, was one clip of her saying that we are targets, and she was really paranoid in this clip, and yada yada, and she said the police are bad, yeah, because Thomas had her literally convinced that the police were every cop was bad. They were all involved in some kind of child pedophile shit, blah blah blah. And I mean, it was crazy what they put in her head. So they know she's paranoid of the police, which is why they keep threatening the police. So,
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior.
Oh Lord. How many times am I going to have to listen to this, Jesse?
The chat here was crazy.
All from Satan's heart when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy.
Oh my God.
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
They were all fucking
God rest
rolling
ye
in the
merry
chat.
gentlemen, let nothing
somebody's like,
dismay.
Is that
Remember
fucking Lee and
Christ
Jolly and them
our
fucking
Savior
feuding in the
was born on
background?
Christmas Day.
Ah!
To save us all.
Holy
from our
Oh
when
my.
we were gone astray. Oh,
She was really getting into it there.
comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort
Oh my
and
God.
joy.
That is just...
In Bethlehem in
Stop!
Israel, this blessed babe was born and laid
She
within
did
a
so many verses.
manger. Upon this blessed morn, those
Whoops.
to which
Whoops.
his mother Mary did
Has she never
nothing
heard what
taken
human singing is supposed to sound like?
Oh, tidings of comfort
It's almost
and
as
joy,
bad as your
comfort
mother.
and joy. Oh,
Really?
tidings of comfort and joy. Fear not, then said
Oh,
the
thank
angel,
goodness.
let nothing you affright.
All I know
This
is if
day
cats
is
could
born
sing,
a
they'd hate it too.
Savior. of a pure
The
virgin
people in the
light,
chat were
to
fucking
free all
loving
those
it.
who trust in him from Satan's power and might. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our
I think this is the
Savior
last verse.
was
How
born
does she
on
tolerate her
Christmas
own
Day
fucking
to
voice?
save us all from Satan's power when we were
I just
born
couldn't believe
astray.
Thomas and them all
Oh,
acted like it
tidings
was
of
great, and they
comfort
shared,
and
they
joy,
retweeted it on their
comfort and
Twitter.
joy.
Yeah, I saw I had like
Oh,
100 and some views.
They even hearted it and shit.
comfort
I'm like,
and
what the fuck? They were commenting on
joy.
it to her, leading her on.
We shall over.
Oh, no.
The power of Christ compels you. So
That is funny as hell. I'm skipping it down there because we're gonna listen to that again.
So Thomas and Ewan and Marsha Stockton, the whole Thomas Mindless Minions were praising her over that song. For singing of that song. They even they retweeted it and put it on their tweets. So my next question is, Thomas going to use her to do the vocals in his next music spectacular? That's what I want to know.
Well, I want to know what that picture is. Is that Marie Antoinette's mother? And I want to know, was that her listening to all that bickering in the background, or was that you?
No. So this was.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I did not record this off of my screen with background noise. That is actually a grab of her video. So all that, whatever she was listening to in the background, was something she was also viewing on YouTube while she was. Which, yes, it
That's
sounded
hilarious.
like it sounded almost like the Sentinels or somebody back there having a party or something, you know.
I need somebody who can remix. I need to learn to do it because nobody can know when I want. I couldn't. How would I even explain that? I need that sound.
So I have.
Yeah.
I literally, I mean, you know, we haven't talked a whole lot about Denise on our streams for quite some time, but she continues to bring up Thomas's bullshit narrative and defaming shit about us all the time. So, I mean, I have probably a dozen videos that she's done that I haven't even touched yet. Just because, you know, it's kind of like, man, you know, do I really want to waste my time with that shit? So, I mean, you know, when we need to talk about it, I'll pull some content out of some of her more recent streams because she's still doing the same shit over and over. But I just thought it was kind of nice that she sang us all a Christmas song, you know. So I figured I'd share that with all of you.
That was. I've got to get that. I got to have that clip because that's going to be a Christmas every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she has a Halloween special too, and Jericho D needs that. He needs that bad. So hopefully
Well,
he watches it. He'll get it.
It's there now. It's you know.
Jericho D is a he?
So,
I believe so.
like I said,
Really?
I've got a lot of work.
All this time I assumed it was a she.
Well, they called it a blizzard here, but you know, it really wasn't.
We had a pipe burst, Jesse, in the Dallas house.
Yeah, I had to go to the club yesterday. I spent like 3.5 hours there thawing the water lines because we were having a pre-Christmas show. So I went in to check my music early in the afternoon, and since it was cold out, I decided to turn the faucets on and check the water, and we didn't have any water, so I had to thaw those lines, and it took about 3.5 hours. And then just before I pumped on your stream, I had just came back from going to a friend of mine's house. They have a rental with apartments, and the water line burst in the upstairs vacant apartment and was flooding the downstairs apartment out. So I had to go there and shut some water off and cap it. Yeah, it's not pretty when the water lines freeze. So
I have a friend, she bought a condo in North Dallas, and twice, yeah, has it been twice or three times? This is a high-end condo, and she's downstairs, and her upstairs neighbor, he lives in China most of the time,
mm-hmm.
and he never like can't just pay somebody to come in and leave the faucet dripping or something, but has totally flooded her at least twice.
Oh, that's rough on your insurance too, man. You know.
He pays her cash too. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but still, man, she loses everything, and but she
Moses,
gets
you're
it totally
falling,
remodeled
dude.
every time.
Yeah, yeah.
You fall on
We've
that.
got a couple places here that are, were built several years ago, and the water lines are, inside, west walls or north walls where the wind hits. And when we get weather like we had for the last 3 days, it was sub-zero temperatures, and the wind chills were like 28 to 30 below, and the winds were sustained at like 25, 30 miles an hour, gusting up to 50, and we get a lot of frozen pipes. I did a couple things with the TV stations years ago, because we got a lot of trailer parks around here. God, should I even say that? But we do have a lot of
We
trailer
got a
parks.
lot of trailer parks.
And so their lines freeze often much easier than a house. And so I did a few different news stories with the local news about, how to keep them from freezing and what not to do. When they do freeze, you get people go there and try to thaw them with a torch and burn their damn houses down. And, so.
Unfortunately, today when I was coming
That's a
home
big
from
thing
my
around here, for
marshmallow
sure.
hunt,
So.
there was a
But
big
I've
fire
been
right
busy
down
with
the
work,
street off
we've
of
got
5th and
septic
7th.
systems to
Oh,
put in the
dear.
ground still, and
Yeah,
we go
they
out
had
and
like
do it in
3
the
blocks
summer,
blocked
so,
off.
Fortunately for the holidays being here, we're not working right now in this nasty weather. And hell, next week it's supposed to be in the 50s here. So,
Well, I wish I had a plumber friend real bad, because man, you can't ever. There's so many things, you know.
and it's so expensive, especially around the holidays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you know what happened is the last time we had a storm and it wasn't even this cold, there was FEMA money going everywhere.
right.
Pipes were bursting because down here these houses are not meant for that kind of cold.
Right.
Nothing's insulated or nothing like that. So, I don't know right now. I need to go check that back house, but I want to get I just talked about this today because I'm thinking about maybe building a little something over on the other side, eastern side of Oklahoma. And anyway, the utilities here are horrible. And so I got to do solar, but even gas, Oklahoma's supposed to have the highest gas bills. Jesse, do those hot water on demand, whether they're gas or electric, what about them? Do you like them or not? Are they good?
Yeah, they're great. The first thing you want to do is make sure wherever you mount those that it's as close as you can get to, like your bathroom, which is where your largest use of hot water would be. Because if they're a really long distance away, you got to make sure you have one large enough to keep up with the demand. But they were very, very expensive when they first came out. They came down a little in price, but they're far more efficient than a standard water heater. So they are good. They're a little more expensive, but they are very good.
Thanks for letting me know, because yeah, this guy, he's this plumber in town. I gotta find someone else.
So Pavana, were you talking about your frozen pipes?
What?
When your pipes froze up, were you talking about it recently in a stream?
No, I just brought it up. No, I just heard today. I'm not down there. I'm not in the house. The Dallas house.
Somebody online was saying something about frozen lines. maybe they were in Pavana Street when she was painting. I don't recall, but she said something, and I was like, look, I said, is it a water line or a drain that froze? Because if you have water lines that freeze and it's like under a sink that's on an outside wall or whatever, even well pits, a lot of people have well pits outside, you know, under.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, if you don't want to put like a heater under there, if you're going to get drastically cold weather, if you take a light, just a little table lamp with a 60-watt bulb and put it under your sink and close the doors and leave that light on, that light bulb will generate enough heat, most likely, to keep your pipes from freezing.
I wish I knew that. Hey, it's too late for me now because it's dark. I
Yeah.
don't want to go back here. But see, I got this little house in the back, right?
Mhm.
So it's on the same water line. All right.
Right.
So if I leave my water dripping in the main house here, it's the same water line, right? So it keeps it flowing, or could it free? I don't know.
No, it will keep it thawed on your side, but see if it's freezing.
And the rules
in
have
the
changed
wall
so
of the
much.
house, like up to a
Yeah,
sink.
probably screwed.
Yeah, that's the sucky part, but
It wouldn't stop that house's lines from.
pretty much have no
freezing.
choice when everyone's getting much bigger and
Just
shit.
because yours is rough.
I mean,
The faucet tip on there.
So we're
I don't
going
really
to
care. I don't wanna
Brandon's
go back
about
there
3
anymore. Pray for me, y'all. What is the temperature here right now?
yes.
because he said
It's
Silas
bad
was
here
coming
right now.
at
It's really
2,
bad. We're having-
and he said he was going to let Silas
Excuse me, and I
open
heard
some
the
of his
grid went
big
out in,
presents when he
Texas.
got there.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
said,
Did it
no,
really?
not
Yeah.
without us being
Wait,
there.
are we leaving here
So
after or
we
getting
are-
there at 3?
We're going to get there
actually
around 3 because Silas is getting there around 2 apparently.
It was like 7 below 24 hours ago. And our wind chill right now is only like -3. And but our winds are still like 20 miles an hour here. So, and that's what does it a lot is when the wind's blowing, it forces its way through any little spot on your north or your west walls, and that's what causes the pipes to freeze up. So.
Yeah, it must be a little worse on there. We're at 23 degrees right now. No precipitation, so
Oh well, you're warm there.
no wind. Yeah, I think I do need to. I'm glad you told me that though, because I'll go do that. Last year I left some space heaters on. I didn't winterize like I should have at all. I didn't even take the air conditioner out of the window. I just said fuck it this year on a lot of things. Anyways, I'm putting out of that, and I'm glad I asked you that. I should put these on a slow drip maybe.
Yeah, like I said, if you have pipes, or even if you got a well pit outside, like I said, you can drop a light, a small light, drop light in a well pit outside, and it will generate enough heat in there to normally keep your pipes from freezing. I mean, if you get 20 below zero actual temperature or something, it's probably not going to keep it from freezing, but for the most part, it will.
Yeah,
So,
that's good to know. And that guy quoted me a lot. Like I want to say he quoted me 1,600 to install a
Ooh.
tankless water heater back there. Come on, there's
Ooh.
already water. There's already all that back there.
That's actually cheap.
well, I mean, if that's installation and all, that's probably
It was.
That's probably pretty accurate because it depends on what tankless heater he's putting in, but they usually run $1,000 just to buy it.
Yeah.
Or more, depending on the size, and then any plumbing he's got to do, and then whatever his labor rate is. So, I mean, around here they're getting probably 2,400 on average to all those. So that's
Well,
not
here's the thing. Because I thought about, you can put, can you? This is another question. So I thought, well, maybe I could just get because it's just like a studio back there. So what if I got one of those smaller water heaters and put it in the attic? The problem is I don't want it in, first of all, code, blah, blah. And second of all, the space. I don't want it taking up all that space. It was like right there in the bathroom. I don't want all that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, the attic is never a good idea for a water heater, in my opinion, if you deal with cold weather, because the attics stay very cold. Even though heat rises, the attic still stayed very cold. So you would have more of an opportunity probably of something freezing up there than you would in the house, you know.
I don't know what I'll do. Maybe because there's a closet already back there that has the furnace in it. I'm
Yeah.
taking that furnace out. I want one of those wall unit things. Put it in
Yeah.
that closet. I don't know, but even then, that's going to be expensive too. So I don't know.
Yeah, the tankless heaters, really, they're pretty efficient on space. So I mean, if you got a closet, they can probably, you know, tuck it in there somewhere and have it still out of the way.
Yeah, when I have the money, then you know it's kind of. But I'm still contemplating selling or not. So I'm thinking how much money it would take because I was thinking I could live out there and then rent this one out or live here, rent blah blah. So it would depend. Anyways, the utility bills here are so expensive.
Oh, it's
that
nice and clean, Alan.
if I was going to spend that much, I think I would try to do solar. That
Hello? Christmas shirts? No. No. So, I don't think anybody does in here. Well, just put a damn Justin Bieber shirt on him. He's gay anyway. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Bye. What a retard.
Who can't dress themselves?
Brandon wants to put a Christmas shirt on Blue. He said Blue's sad because he wants to fit in with everybody else.
And he called you to tell you that?
He called to ask me if I had a Christmas shirt.
For the dog.
Yeah. I don't have any
I don't
Christmas
think I
shirts.
have one either.
Even the shirts I got for Christmas, I don't think there was any Christmas shirts.
You should wear one of your shirts from last year.
when the power would only go to that hot water. Well, what do you call it? On demand
Yeah,
unit.
yeah. That's basically what they are. So, like I say, those are much more efficient. So that would help with your utilities, number one. And they're more efficient.
If I was bold, I'd wear
Yeah,
my
plus
pajamas.
And,
I'm wearing my pajamas. What are you talking
you know, once you
about?
put one in, they probably have a longer lifespan than your average water heater nowadays. So we just last year I had our water heater and the one in the little house in the back both went basically in the same week. So I had to buy two and put in, and then our furnace went last year, which our furnace I think the guy said was 21 years old. So we did a new furnace last year.
We did?
Mm-hmm.
But,
I don't remember that. Oh yeah,
those are the more expensive.
that's been a
ones.
few years.
You know, it's unfortunate.
When they were down there putting the
My
new
next thing
ducks
is a roof
in,
for the
wasn't that
spring
when they were putting the ducks in?
I'm
No.
contemplating whether I want to
No?
do a metal
Me
roof
and the one guy
or
put
just do
a new
shingles
furnace
again.
in it last year.
In our
because
house.
I'm
Yes.
thinking the city's going to come in and try to buy
I
us out
sure don't
and
remember
tear
that.
all these houses down.
Yes, I
because
put a brand. I
we're right next
repaired
to the
it
prime
a few
development
years ago
and
myself
development space.
and redid a couple
And our
ducts.
direction is the only way they can
But
go.
last year, the
So
water
it's kinda
heater
like
went
you
out
wanna spend the
in
extra
Verdun
money for
and
the
here,
roof,
and I
they're
replaced
just
both.
buying out and throw the
And
furnace
then
down
last
and
winter, the
down.
furnace went out.
But
And when the guy came and looked at it,
Well,
he
that's
said
what
it was
you said.
21 years old and it
well,
had
yeah,
issues.
yeah, in most cases.
And it was going to
You know,
cost
like
as
I
much
said,
to
we
fix
got a
it,
pretty corrupt government.
pretty much
here,
as
so
putting a new
we
one.
like
So we
to
put
play
a brand
that
new one out.
eminent domain game, and then they'll come through your neighborhood and try to say that your neighborhood's in despair, but you know the houses are in despair. And I mean, they'd have a tough time in our neighborhood because although the houses are
How can you forget we put a brand new furnace in?
I don't know. I don't remember
from the
that.
outside all the way in.
Well,
Plumbing,
I paid for it,
windows,
so
siding, roof, everything. Walls, ceilings.
You didn't have to come up
2,000.
off of cash is probably
I
why you
don't-
forgot.
And I've
I
got
can remember that
one,
at
two,
all.
three. I've got 4 neighbors' houses that are all owner occupied as well, and they've totally redone their houses. So they'd have a real hard time with that, but they do try that a lot in this area, unfortunately.
That happened where the property that I sold in Dallas. Oh boy, because when you say about your community page, I know all about them, man. That's what got me started on the internet. And because as you know, each community doesn't have just one of those pages. We all have, yeah. But back to that, let me tell you what happened real quick. They ended up developing and everything, and so some streets over, the city did end up buying and whatever, but what was left was like my house, like 2 or 3 streets, my house being one of them, and they built a wall. So they just built a wall, and these were little
Marvin Harrison's
duplexes, streets of
kids in college
duplexes,
right now at Ohio State.
Right.
very
Kicking
quaint
ass.
little garden
Yeah.
homes.
He's
So,
supposed to be in the NFL too.
but still, I guess you can consider it maybe a bad part of town, like in a very good city. So it wasn't really that bad, but still, we were kind of looked down on. Anyway, the guy that owned the guy that bought mine, I don't want to go into because people stalk me, but and probably might stalk him now. They stalked all my tenants that I had there, and anyway. He ended up fixing it up because don't forget you have your Airbnb. If there's development and they don't, so consider that your property value is going to go up. So those were all things that I was looking at, and I would do the metal roof is what I'm saying. I'd just do it.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
They're really bad here about
I'm not happy with
all
this.
the different code departments and all that stuff.
Now I'll tell you if you're going to redo your roof, like our roof in Dallas. If I don't know how far down like you'd have to go, but that house has one of those heat radiant barriers in the attic, like right up under the roof.
Right.
It's just like a sheet of that stuff. Have you ever seen it? What it looks like?
Yeah. Well, they have it here. It's called Ice Shield, basically.
I'd get that. That you don't know that lowers your bills. Like, well, you don't really. Well, you guys get pretty hot up there.
Right. Yeah. In the summertime, we get in the 90s. You know.
Yeah, especially if you have an upstairs, if you could do that, any kind of that, man, that thing works awesome.
Yeah. We do. I think it's a requirement now for them to use Ice Shield on the houses. But I think they only use it on the lower edge where your gutters are at to kind of keep ice dams from happening in the winter, you know. So,
Gutters are important. I need to do those too. See, I don't know if I should just build it. Stay here. I don't know what I'm doing. Again, when I have the money, I guess that's when I'll really have to worry about it. Like these people, it's like when I get, they do that. Look, if I paid, and you probably talk to attorneys, and I know attorneys personally, and I've been to attorneys about other things that have nothing to do with this, and you're looking at least, I'd say 10,000 if you got a good attorney up front about like this online shit. First thing he's gonna say is don't tell anybody. They're gonna say, oh, here, let me give you $10,000, and then to my attorney first thing says, get offline now and don't tell anybody we're going to court, and then run online. I'm taking you to court. Yeah, liars.
Right.
People who got that, you got some. You gonna do it yourself again? You gonna stand alone, girl? Yeah. Oh, that's her thing too. Girl.
So this is a perfect example of
THSTGTS13.com.
and this was a year ago.
Okay, you can play it then. I just stopped because you're talking. So what is this we're looking at?
December 18th, 2021 at 4:39 p.m.
These are the emails where he was threatening that the police were coming here.
Oh, okay.
So this is only a few minutes long, but these are the actual emails that he sent to Fawani.
To Voxmont. I see Mr. Davis is upset. As I said many times, Jesse Davis has a date with justice. When the police do come to the house and take Jesse away, his power over you will vanish. Why is Manny sending Louise to play interference?
Oh, God, Dad.
I assure you the police will not come to the door when Jesse is not there. He will be there when they arrive. My suggestion for you is that you have nothing to fear. 6 cams? Your husband is a criminal. If I were a bad person, I would release the info on Mr. P. I have not ever told him about you and Mr. P.
That's a
But I am
lie.
not putting up with his lies anymore.
He's the one that told me
Your
Mr. P
grandson was
was
removed from the house
Brother
because of the
Vox.
danger Jesse posed. The following week was a court hearing by debt collectors who caught up with Jesse.
Why you're fucking.
So that's all untrue. My grandson was never removed from my home, ever. Neither has
You said
any
grandson?
other child ever been removed from my
Yeah.
home. for that
That's what he
matter.
said in the email.
What
But,
the
Your
fuck?
grandson was removed from the house because of
I
the
don't
danger
think I've heard that one.
Jesse
He
posed.
basically makes a statement that I molested my
Yeah,
niece.
that was in one of the emails that he
Who
sent you
was molested by her father, so that makes it even worse that the guy,
last December.
you know, talk shit about a victim. But
Jesse also molested his niece. She was only 15 at the time.
Jeez.
Now Jesse has to deal with consequences legally. It does not mean you need to be in any fear, Paula. Are you sick of being a victim of Jesse? I am sorry, but Jesse has treated many people like shit, and nobody respects his lies and slanders and deceits and criminality. He has failed miserably. Ewan is a nice guy, by the way. Nutbag Nordstrom
Yeah.
is bothering him, but we all know she is such a nutbag. From THSTGster13 @ December 19th, 2021 at 11:34 a.m. To Voxmot. I am not sure what is going on, but some snide British dude and or his wife are contacting me. I am receiving lots of emails, supposedly communications between from your wicked husband and him or her. I seriously doubt your husband ever had anything to do with Deputy Department Transportation Director Kathy Roos or the investigation that exonerated her 100%. Allegedly, Roos is using her political power to make sure the Superior Court is prodded into pushing for criminal conspiracy charges on Jesse because he admitted in an email exchange that he was the one who had a Fed and state investigation launched into Roos, who holds a powerful federal position. Evidently, 3 other women have been in touch with Roos, including perhaps Jesse's niece, who accused him of molesting her.
The fuck?
It's uncertain if it's mentioned.
so yeah, so here he's claiming that this Catherine Roos, who I did in fact launch a federal and state investigation on her, she should have been indicted, but she got exonerated. He's claiming that she's going to use her political power to prod courts into pushing criminal charges on me. I don't know what for. And again, he claims that they supposedly talked to my niece, which is a lie. My niece has not spoken to any of them. And who's these other 3 women that have been in touch with this Catherine Roos? I would have to guess it's Marcia Stockton, Mindy, Mind Inspired, and who knows, maybe Denise Matow. The ones he claims I stalked, you know. But let's just finish. It's more than half done.
Behind this latest update. DeFango was tweeting about her days ago, kinda suspicious. Corey Daniel is running for the hills. When the police pound on the door to deal with Jesse, he should do the manly thing and surrender. I am sure he will hate being restrained in cuffs and taken in for mental evaluation after he is booked. But I think it ends up with Jesse
He talks
prosecuted
about
for his
himself so
crimes
much.
and criminal perjury can earn him a 4-year prison sentence. I have had no contact with Ms. Roos. I guess the women your evil husband attacked have decided enough is enough. Was Jesse stupid enough to email a confession about having an investigation launched into Ms. Roos that exonerated her? Your husband is not only a criminal abuser, he is an idiot to boot. When the police come to your house to deal with the situation, do they need to send SWAT? I think your husband is armed and dangerous. I think you are a victim of abuse and there is help out there, Paula. Nobody hates you. We all recognize you are a victim who is being controlled by a monster.
So that's the kind of shit that has continued for over 5 years now. And I mean, this one was just from December of last year, and there have been similar emails from this year as well. And numerous times they've mentioned sending SWAT here, claiming I hate police, I'm armed and dangerous, I live in this compound, which they classified my home a compound, you know, not me. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a home. I have surveillance cameras because my equipment used to get broken into, and they would steal all our hand tools and
But
things. So,
oh, I know. Oh, it's the stolen tools. Let me ask you this: with Thomas and with this open forum format, like people wonder, like, is he watching? Does he watch whatever? Obviously, he watches your show. What would you do if he popped up there? Like, do you welcome? Like, does he want it? They don't want it to end.
look, I have put out, I've rolled out the red carpet for Thomas, for this Lisa. They're the two main ones that participated in driving Pavana down the rabbit hole to her mental breakdown. I mean, that's a fact. And I've always focused my stuff on those two people. Were there others involved? Yes. You know, the cicada puzzle as a whole, the Tangri 137 puzzle, were a big
Away
part of
glitch
the breakdown.
swan.
Those were the things that she
Away
got
glitch
interested in.
swan.
And that's where she met these people, and that's where they took advantage of her. So,
Her videos
there
really
were other people that
fucked
were
with
involved
me.
because they were obviously pushing the puzzles and all that. But did they play a major role in Pavana's breakdown? Did they feed her the garden? No, that was all
Ooh,
this Lisa
the
Class.
center made it.
And
Uh-huh.
so that's why my focus
My
is mainly
center.
always on those two. And you know, they've done it to more people. That's the sad part. My goal is to warn people so that it doesn't happen to others. And that they were also, you know, putting the same garbage that they put in Pavana's head into children's heads. People under the age of 18, as young as 13 or 14. And unfortunately, some of those that were children at the time back then are now, you know, adult age, are still sucked into that crazy shit with these people, unfortunately.
I don't know if you can see the sand
And, you know,
in the background.
it's sad that they, to this day, continue this shit, you know. And they continue to suck people into these